That should be us back again now. We had a bit of internet issues there, so it's still the first frame. Still anybody's game as well. Russell's got a chance to go into them here if he can take that one down the rail. Top it through, he could get back across. Yeah, see that a bit differently from me there. I think I would have been a bit more attacking to try and get that yellow out next to the other two reds. Hasn't really covered the pocket as he would have hoped there. That's not a good shot from Neil though. Possibility of the plat here and take the black out all in one shot. Russell's gone, so is he gonna... Oh, he's went right round the back of it. Not sure that was the right way to go for it, to be honest. Still got a chance, so he could pot this yellow and screw across the table. Not quite so easy though. He's looking at the combination shot, I think. A lot of high on it makes this one difficult. And then the white's going to be running away is the awkward thing. Yeah.
He's covered the red though.
Yeah, it definitely could have been much worse. Not an easy out with two shots. I think I'd just be lifting the white and put it up the top, and then put the black half ball onto the red, pot the yellow, and then the black should bounce back out to roughly where the black spot would be on a snooker table, leaving himself the two easier reds. That was the shot I seen, but he needed to pot the yellow. That was the problem there. That was the shot I seen. What did you make of last night's game, Richard?
Oh,
one of the better ones we've had on the stream.
I'm going to say at some point we'll have to get onto that, because well, I mean, we look at the numbers on the streams, and that was by far the highest. I mean, obviously a lot of that was to do with the Keith guys having an interest with Mark, but I mean, the standard was by far the top we've had so far.
If that had been the final, you would have been quite happy.
Yeah,
for Moravia, it was good stuff. I can't play any better than that. And
no, and you know
and
what?
Could have still lost.
There's not many players that would have come back at 4-1 the way you were playing to come back.
No.
And still stayed in it.
No, fair play to him, that's for sure. Dode Hendry won't do that when I go 4-1 up against him.
You got a loser for him to Dode Henry? Or you giving him a 1-0 head start?
Hope you're listening, Dode.
Love you, Dode.
Now... Oh, that kiss has probably helped. Are you doubling this, Richard? Do you think it could take the bag where the red is? I think he's going to double it. Watch the white though.
It was an easier shot, but to me, I would have. I probably
you're
would
playing
have
that
tried to
pocket
cut
pace
it.
if you're doubling that, though, aren't you? You're not hitting it as hard as that. You've got to at least cover the bag if you miss, you know.
I mean, it's just one of those that if you're really going for it, you might have even just head towards the middle and hoped for a treble, quadruple kind of thing.
Yeah, that's always the other option as well, isn't it? I think this is going to be one of those matches that Russell's really going to have to take his chances if he's if he's going to have any chance of winning.
It's a couple of sloppy things from Neil
Neil's
so far. So he's not settled.
No. You say the table's just been brushed and it's not that easy to get the pace
I think
of.
probably we'll see the differences in positions like this. I think Neil would probably play a cleverer containing shot than what Russell would in this sort of situation.
Yeah, Neil's probably looking at, like you said, maybe a double, but the white will be tight on that bottom cushion if he misses, sort of thing. Looks like he's cutting it though. Good shot.
Yeah.
That was not as easy as it looked, that's for sure.
So Neil's on blue, and Russell's on red on the scoreboard. You probably didn't notice, you swapped round last night, that really upset me.
I did notice, it was that's what happens when you let Danny Patience loose with a scoreboard.
So it was fine and set it up, and then you went and swapped them over, and I was like, oh, we have to go and change the colours now. It looks like you're 2-1 down instead of 2-1 up.
It was a tactic to try and put Mark off.
Aye. Worked for a wee while, I suppose. But no, we're going to have to start doing the clips when I get a bit of time at the weekend. Or probably about 80% of the 10 best shots of the week will be in that match.
And the other 2 were from a match the other night with 3-ball combo and
yeah,
off the jaws.
That's right. The 3-ball combo was something else. I only called that for a joke as well. I don't think it was.
I'd tell you, that worked out a lot better than it looked like it was going to. That I don't know if he had them racked properly. They didn't seem to split properly.
It's almost as if he skiffed them rather than hit them full.
Yeah. So it'll be the Elgin doubles to look forward to tomorrow night, Richard.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm out. I'm not
You lost all interest in that one.
My pool season's over for the...
I think we've got... six of the 8 players in here tomorrow night are new club members, or certainly play for the new club, which is always great to see as well.
Yeah, I mean,
and then there's still a couple up in the other venue as well.
Yeah, I'll be coming up to do the comms, so...
Regan, I thought it was night off tomorrow.
No, I think I'll come up and do it.
Excellent.
I've got a couple of cues to retip, so I'll collect them.
So you'll get kicked out the house anyway for that?
Oh, no.
You're banned from the house for that?
No, the wife's working, so it's okay. But no, I think I'll come up, and Regan can join me after the first round as well, so...
He's got a bye.
Joys of being league secretary and running the competition, I suppose.
Exactly. Let's hope he doesn't make a mess of it this week.
I'm sure he's learned his lesson from last week.
Regan's through in Keith tonight. A couple of big double headers in the Keith League this week. Will pretty much decide the title.
Yeah, but much. It's Tuesday, Thursday, haven't they?
Yeah, I think he said it's the Legion tonight and then the Oogie on Thursday, so it's do or die.
Never played in Legion, but
no, I
played in
don't
the
think
Oogie
I
a
have.
few
I don't even
times.
think I've been up there for a snooker match. I say it's just great to see the support that all these teams give the league,
Oh, yeah.
Through in Keith, fantastic setup they've got there.
It's not bad from Russell.
That's
there,
not bad. He could have done better. It would have been better probably having the black in between the second red closer to the cushion, so it didn't go past it.
Sure, he'll like his next shot.
Yeah.
Though, he's kind of just playing into Neil's hands there.
Mm-hmm. This is what Russell's going to be up against. He's he knows what he wants to do, but I'm not sure that if he's got the experience to deal with what Neil will give back to him, if you know what I mean. So like say you play a safety, but Neil's quite happy to play that game. It's not always the best way to play him.
A game of patience sometimes.
Yeah, so they're having a look to see if this is a total or not.
If I could draw lines on the table, we'll be going up too close to the top pocket off the side cushion.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I think the up and down. You obviously can get through to this. It's obviously not a total. And that's a good shot.
I think it was a total. I think he just went cushion first there, because I don't think anything hit the cushion afterwards.
I think Neil will have to either play safe again here or play a containing, a developing shot to get the black out at some point. But
if I was Neil here, I think I'd clip off the right hand side of that yellow on the bottom, white off the side cushion, and up towards the top.
I think that's what he's looking at. I'd be very surprised if he does anything too aggressive here.
Don't want to put any balls safe, but at the same time, it's kind of.
Oh no! It obviously wasn't a total. It was 2 shots. There's Ed Cowie in the building.
Oh, he's got a game tonight.
Yeah,
as well,
they've got a game. He's playing Mark Leslie in the. Is that the quarter-final or is that the semi-final they're playing? Quarter-final, I think, of the Lake of Moray. Sheer competitions, Richard. I fully expect you to know what this.
I got beat on that one as well. I lost interest. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, it's a quarter-final. I'll show you.
Yeah, no.
We should really do our research before we dive into these commentaries, Graham. We could have had it all up on the screen and
make us look professional. It's a learning curve, Richard.
It is.
We've only just sussed the stream, and the commentary will come.
Well, I managed to find the setting for the chart, so that'll be.
So it won't disappear now.
Didn't realise you actually had to tell YouTube that you wanted to keep your chart after the video had finished. So.
Yeah. Now then, a little chance. Now I think I would clip off that one on the right hand side and put the white towards the corner pocket and try and cover the straight up and down with the. What? Jesus! I did not see that.
That's unlucky.
That was aggressive. Across the table to.
You have to now.
You go for it now that he's been aggressive as that?
You have to, because there's no safety shot.
I did not see that coming at all.
Unless he doubles it back down towards the yellow. It's just not.
I mean, it probably it'll double in the opposite corner, but. With the black going in the centre, it's not really. You would have to make sure you got it, you know? I'm not quite sure what he's looking at. He must be looking at. I think the way you've got to hit that to double that red back towards the yellow, the way the white's running, it's such a difficult shot to get the snooker.
Yeah. So just checking, and yeah, tonight we've got Mark Leslie versus Ed Cowie on the other table in the Lake Trophy quarterfinals. The winner of that plays Richard Green. We've been waiting patiently for a number of weeks for Mark Leslie to come home offshore and get that match played. I think Ed was waiting a while as well.
Yeah, well, Ed actually plays in the Grampian team through in Keith as well, so it's probably lucky for Regan that Ed's had to come and play this tonight as well, so he might have not been selected.
Well, if Ed's home, you probably wouldn't select Regan.
Yeah, I think that was the right shot Russell's played there, you know, it's...
If there wasn't anywhere that wasn't leaving, you know, even if he got lucky with a snooker, he would have been...
He was pretty unlucky, to be fair, after a really, really good pot on that.
Well, it was. He wasn't left this easy.
No.
He's actually high on this. It might have to be the double.
White's running away a little bit if you cut that.
I think that's just not up to pace with the table. Obviously, Russell's been playing probably more on this table than anyone else with his recent stream matches.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, there you go. Quite a straightforward double for Neil there.
Yeah, Just hit it with confidence.
So that's 2 frames. Russell's had a blast at them, but you've got to take your chances against Neil, else it's a long way back, because unlike myself, Neil's quite relentless when he gets in front, and he's very hard to peg back again, you know. He doesn't really switch off.
Neil doesn't mind turning down a pot. You know, if it's not, he'll play the percentages. If he's not entirely comfortable with it, he doesn't mind playing almost the dirty side of the.
Yeah, and as you say, the further ahead he gets, the happier it is to do that as well, you know.
The thing is, if there's somebody you don't want to be chasing the game against, it's Neil Simpson.
Yeah. There's only one man worse. Alan Duncan. You don't want to be chasing him down, that's for sure. Once he's ahead, a very hard man to stop.
That's why you won the Elgin singles so many times.
Exactly. So, 3rd frame, Neil to break. None of the 2 of them have really lit it up yet, but Neil's done enough to be leading quite comfortably. A good split, but nothing really stands out as easy. Probably red's that one nearest the white onto the one over the pocket, I would say. Oh, he's cutting it in the middle. Oh, he's missed it though. Okay, chance for Russell. Now he just needs to have a proper think about this and see where he can actually take control of the frame.
This is still an open table?
It's still an open table. Neil could try to cut the red in the middle and just caught the jaw.
Was that a dry break or?
No, he potted a red off the break.
Yeah, red's down.
So that's probably the shot, but
yeah, it's a good solid pot.
He hasn't really thought about that, I don't think.
No, I think he just wanted, because the red's over the pocket and covering the yellow, he just wanted a red.
I think he maybe just I wouldn't be. Well, I don't think he should be too aggressive here. Maybe just roll this one up the top and just hang the bag. Maybe just a safety net up there.
Unless he tries to double that one near the block.
If it goes, it was hard to see, wasn't it? I couldn't really see if it did double. Oh, for that one. Oh, shot. If he meant that was a tremendous shot.
It was risky because he could have easily disturbed the ones over the pocket with the white there.
Yeah. He just doesn't want to put himself into trouble, because as you say, Neil's quite happy to play the long game and tie him up if he has to, you know. So we'll see. Again, I don't think he's really thought that shot through. He's just kind of potted.
He would have rather had an angle to hit that harder and try and clip that yellow out, but obviously the more harder you hit it, the more chance the pot's going to rattle and spit out.
Yeah, difficult shot.
Especially these middle pockets.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what his plan is here. Nothing too silly, just... See, this is the thing, if you play at pocket pace and keep it in the vicinity of the pocket, you always risk putting something safe hitting it as hard as that. We'll see what Neil's plan is. He might have the chance to go into them here, did he? I think he tried. I think he just dug into that a bit too deep there, did he?
Small tip Neil plays with, so
okay.
You get a lot of reaction off it.
Yeah. Yeah, I find myself sometimes, I play with an 8mm, and although it helps a lot for being able to control, it's sometimes that little bit harder judging how deep you need to hit into the white when you're trying to play cannons and things.
There's a few shots you had last night where you just
overdid it, a little bit overscrewed it maybe sometimes.
Just kind of put an angle into it when there wasn't actually really an angle there if it was a bigger tip in.
I say I think I've had that cue now for 20 years, so it's kind of
part of you.
Yeah, you get used to it, but then I find it a much bigger transition going from playing pool to playing snooker now,
of course,
because of that as well.
Yeah, well, I go for 8.5 for pool, but I go up to 10 mil and 9.7 mil on my snooker cue, and I find that's a bit.
It's quite a big difference.
But then going from snooker to pool is a big difference, because you don't realise how much side and how much you manipulate the white until you go into a snooker table and realise you can't do that.
You realise how bad your cue action is.
Yeah, it's not bad from Neil there. He's going to put the ball in Russell's hands. Russell really hasn't got much to go on. He either clips this red out beside the yellow, or he tries to play off the top ball. Russell just has to be careful here, because he wants this over the pocket. He'll play the yellow first onto the red, but he doesn't want to hit too hard. It's a bit more tricky. He probably could have had a bit of a better angle when moving the white across the table. Yeah, he just made that difficult for himself, and Neil might be tempted with this yellow down the cushion past the red now, just to either pot it or hang the pocket. Although he is looking at the other side of the table. So difficult with the camera angle to know if he got away with that, but he does seem to be having a close look at it, so he might still be able to cut it. No. He'll take that anyway. Bit of shot making from Neil there. Good shot. You got a nice little angle on this one in the middle now. Yeah, Russell just, with the two shots, he just didn't take the ball far enough across the table, so when he played that yellow onto the red, it just wasn't the right angle to get out and make it easy for him. Very small margins, but that's Neil 3-0. No, I'm alright, cheers.
Was that a good frame?
3-0. It was. Russell had a wee chance. Neil gave him two shots, and he had Neil's yellow and his red here, and his other one up here, and he lifted the white and he played it from about there, yellow onto the red, and never got the jaws of the pocket. It came away a bit, and then the white just stuck onto his yellow, so he tried to cut this one at a really difficult angle and just put it over the jaws. And Neil played a great shot actually. He potted this one, took that one out, he went touching the black, he then fired it off Russell's red into the pocket.
It's like what we're saying, you know, Russell's got to take these chances.
Yeah, it's quite ruthless from Neil, really.
Yeah, that's good though. Good to see.
I mean, Russell could keep his head up because he's getting chances in these frames. It's very small margins. It's just the right shot at the right time.
It's a bit unlucky for Neil. He might still be able to cut that other one in the middle. You're always looking for a little bit of luck when you're going into them as hard as that, but he hasn't got it this time. Yellows are probably slight favourite, but again, it's all about what you do with them. There's Mark Leslie in the building. That should be a good game tonight. I think him and Ed, they're both quite even, but both very capable of running off frames quite quickly. So this is a huge frame for Russell. He cannot afford to go 4-0 down. He needs to be able to find himself an angle to disturb that yellow next to the black before he gets before he keeps potting too many balls. He's going to end up leaving himself in trouble again. He's going for it here, is he? You've got to make it though. Got to make it.
Mark Leslie in the building now.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I think him and Ed will be a good game. They're quite closely matched. Perfect from Neil there. Really well played shot. Quite fancy him to take these out from here. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, Scott. That kind of looks like it so far. Russell can make the shots, but he just doesn't seem to. Oh, that's a poor shot from him. He doesn't seem to have that 2 or 3 shots in a row plan that the better players like Neil kind of have. You know, he just he's thinking about only his next shot rather than what he's going to do to how he's going to get down to the black to finish a frame.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of that's a downside to Russell's game, but I mean, the plus side is he won't let this bother him. That he's lost a couple of frames, or he's missed a couple.
He could be 6-0 down. He'll play exactly the same way as he has to get to where he is. Oh yuck, Neil Simpson.
Oh,
slight stroke of luck there with that one, I'm afraid.
His head was in the way there. I didn't know. I looked away and.
Wow. What's Russell going to do here? Oh, that was a very good shot. Did you see how thin he cut that?
I put his hand up to apologise if he was aiming for that. Nah, yeah. This is where Neil can just turn the screw a wee bit.
I think if Russell can dig into this, he could play it down into that bottom corner. It's got a big kind of pocket, he could play it off the yellow, and then he could still keep that white on the top cushion. Somebody's coming to see you. Yep.
Yep.
Four now, Christ, we're going to be an early night tonight. I'd be as well going on and playing Neil next.
Yeah, you're full of the joys of spring after last night, aren't you? I don't know if be as an attacking match as you play Neil as it was with Mark.
Will be from my side. I've played Neil a few times. I find that's generally the best way to play him, is to remain on the front foot if possible. You know, as playing safe isn't really my game, so I find it just causes me more problems than it solves. So what you say, I might want to take that racking cloth off the back. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think it would have to be reds from there, just with the starting ball, certainly. They're all quite tight, but they all go.
It's one of those in practice, you probably just knock that yellow down the rail, but in an
Yeah.
actual match with these pockets,
you've got to take the control of the table,
yeah,
haven't you?
you have to take your in.
I'm not sure I would have hit that as hard as that, but it's worked out okay. I think it didn't really want to. Didn't really want to cover that on the black, but it's hard to see if the red will still go from this angle or not. Doesn't look like it, does it?
I don't think so.
I think I would have picked them off a little bit before going into them like that.
Yeah, a wee bit of freedom, you know, being 4-0 up. He's
Yeah, 100%.
thought he was going to hang that at the top there.
Yeah, 100%. It's a different game when you're 4-0 up. Although, like we said earlier, Neil doesn't tend to suddenly go overly aggressive. You know, he'll still play safe when he has to play safe.
Yeah, but I think he's maybe just seen that Russell's not going to take out 7 in a row, you know, so he's going to start attacking things a little bit more. I mean, that's Neil attacking them in the table, so it's still a disaster for Russell, you know. He's missed.
I think I'd be playing this one down next to the corner. I think I would play it now and leave him against the red that's under the black and get him to move that, because everything else goes.
Just touch it.
just touch this
Oh,
yellow
yeah,
onto the pocket pretty much, and then leave Neil basically nothing. He's got to at least flick that red, and then it gives you a chance to actually have a go at the yellows.
Yeah, I think that's a great shout. Obviously, your brother disagrees.
Well, but it's like we were saying, he's done it frame after frame. He just keeps potting himself into trouble. Because if you move that yellow, if you go into that, which you obviously will want to do, he's played safe. If you go into that at some point, which he's obviously going to have to do, you're opening the game up for Neil. Whereas if he'd played it the way I'd maybe suggested, you could still have that bag covered, the black open, without having to move his red. It would have made it a lot easier. So he's given Neil the opportunity now to. I still can't really see how he can get that red out, but certainly give it a chance.
To take a pocket here.
Yeah, that's good enough. The black's covered. Russell's got two relatively difficult yellows. Certainly the transition from the one on the left to the one on the right up the top. Yeah, I think this. I think he's got to try and take the pocket. Don't be too aggressive here. Yeah, that's not so bad. That's not too bad. It's amazing how clearly you can hear Russell even through here,
the walls. Through the walls and down the corridor.
Some would say he's rather loud.
Yeah,
right, you've got to take this now, Russell. You've got to take your opportunity here now. Would you play the? What I would play here would be white tight on the right hand rail as the corner looks. Play the plant down the rail, and then put the white to the other side of the table and take the other one out from the top, and work my way down from there. And I think. At least you're taking the pocket then, and you've got a chance of actually cleaning it. So I would have
where the white's going to be, because you don't want to. Yeah, that's all right.
See, the way I would have played it, so the white was further over, and I could have played that other top one first. You know.
It's the thing. You make it more easy when you move the white into the good pot. Still quite a distance between Russell and his balls. You know, if he played that like you'd said, he would have been in about them more and a bit more controlled.
Anything he plays here is
dangerous.
There's a cannon involved almost, isn't there? It's hard to judge.
Take the plant on the one onto
over
the other.
pocket. Yeah,
because
could you pot the other one and screw it across? It's just the one on the left hand side.
I think he takes the one on the left hand side. The white's going into the yellow, which is going over next to Neil's red,
and making it more just tying it up.
Tying it up.
Whereas if he plays the plant, but like a slow, would you play it slow?
Yeah.
Just so that if you don't, you're not totally opening everything up as well.
Trying to take a pocket again. If it drops, it drops. I suppose the other way is to do is bang it between the yellow and the red.
That's okay if that doesn't go, but if it goes in off that yellow, it goes in off the furthest left yellow.
It's not far away from the shot Neil played earlier as well.
All he needs to do is follow through. He doesn't even need to hit it hard, just take the bag, and he'll put the other yellow safe as well. That's a poor shot from Russell, that really poor. Yep, that looks pretty good for Neil. Only issue he's got is potting a yellow, but I don't see him missing the black for it to be an issue.
Close to it, I don't even think he needs to.
No, I think he'll be fine. Yeah, simple. Nah, that's Russell should have had that definitely.
Yeah,
with two shots in that position,
I know
he's got to make sure that he gets that bag tight over that bag and not this. Leaving gaps around the yellows that's easier to develop.
I know what he was trying to do, because the yellow was so far away from the pocket. I think he was just trying to put both to cover the pocket, and he never did it. Yeah, he just played it too soft.
I think he's in two minds a lot of the time. It's just not working out for him, is it?
poor. A lot of Russell's previous matches on the streams, he would have got a second chance there.
Yeah, and this is the thing when you step up in level, when you don't get those second chances that you were getting. No offence to these other opponents, but Neil won't give you those chances.
No. He barely gives you the first chance.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a monster break, but he's gone in off.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah. I think if he takes that red out that's next to he probably doesn't even need to, next to the yellow on the left hand side, yeah, if he plays that plant and then all the reds are simples from there. Got to fancy him to finish this.
Just one good
Connect
shot, one good
dots.
positioning shot now, and it just opens it all up. This will be the shot. He just needs to get position somewhere.
I think he's a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit
doing
straight.
a little bit, a little bit further over
if
for that one.
he top this through, it's going to be.
It's like you say, he needs a good shot here,
He's not
and
really
then it's frame over. If
Yeah.
he gets this one, it's simple from there.
Good pot.
I think he'll have to. I don't think the top one of that two at the bottom goes, does it?
No.
So you have to get on the bottom one.
Bottom one, yeah.
He screws back. I think I'd be screwing back off of two cushions here.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he's on that. I think he had to screw back off it. I would have screwed back off the side and then the bottom and put the white roughly where the yellow is.
Yeah, I mean, is this a red off the black again? It's not a great angle for it.
Oh, you could see it. Oh well, like I say, the camera
The
lies.
camera lies. I can't actually zoom this camera in, but I don't think it would give us any, better definition of where.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it would make any
We
difference.
really need the one on the top.
Yeah. No, this camera's really, really enhanced the viewing pleasure. And even look at the sponsor signs, how much better they are compared to what we were looking at before, and the glare on the table. And I mean, we've still got a slight glare on the yellows in the middle of the table there, but nothing
the new
compared to what we
lights
had
have obviously
before.
helped. The new lights came in at the same time as the camera, so.
Yep. Here we go. Drop it in the middle. Just play the white off the black, off the yellow. Straight in the black. Yeah, good finish. It was one of them. It was such a good break with two shots. He only had one difficult red and developed it straight away.
Try to be impartial, but I do really hope Russell gets a frame on the board. Just for his own confidence, because he can't compete.
Yeah.
I know this is a step up in level, but he can't compete with Neil. He's just made a few
He just
errors.
hasn't taken the chance, and he had a chance in probably each of the first four frames. Anyway, I would say Russell had a chance that
He wasn't favourite for any of the frames, but he had his opportunity.
Yeah.
Is that 45 minutes for 6 frames? If you're 11 in an hour and 2 minutes last night.
Yeah. It was full flow last night, that's for sure. I think I had two break dishes and a reverse dish, and I think Taylor must have had at least one as well. Plus multiple other big finishes he took out. Yeah, it was fast and furious last night for sure.
Oh, it was a great watch.
I certainly can't play any better than that, for sure. Not a chance.
You can, I'll play your ball shots back later. See, even Regan said some complimentary things about you last night.
I know, that's unheard of. It's actually funny when you watch it back and you can see yourself maybe switching off a little bit or not taking the right shot when. And actually, these streams are brilliant. It does help you learn what you need to do and where you're going wrong, and as you say, gives you that little bit of insight into where you need to keep your concentration a little bit more. But hopefully we're piquing the interest again.
Yeah.
Trying to get as many people as we can interested in playing and making Elgin Pool as competitive as possible.
And showing off the amazing facilities we've got here.
Well, we've certainly got that. And they'll only improve once we get the tables reclothed in a couple of weeks' time. The facilities we've got here are only going to get better. I was a bit unlucky there with Vanille. That was a lot of side on that, didn't he?
Yeah, that's because you ironed the table for the match.
Well, that's kind of the thing that helps us stick out from other venues as well. You know, the table management here is fantastic, whether it be snooker or pool. They're so well looked after.
With the right people doing the right jobs.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say this is a chance, to be honest. That 2 next to that red are difficult. He needs to probably try and find a way to tie Neil up. I think it'll plant in the middle here first anyway.
Yeah, maybe we'll be looking to see if we can get the first one away and then play off that one in the middle and try and put the white up atop and behind that top yellow.
Yeah. Oh, it's unlucky.
Lucky again, but
it's probably. I think it's just too. It was too aggressive a shot to play. I don't understand why he was playing it so hard as that.
yeah, I mean, can he roll this and
I think
play
he'll
off
be
the one and roll into the other? I can't see
think
what
he'll
space is between them.
I think he'll be trying to cut this. The right hand side of the top two on the
he's been going
at the
about
top
everything.
there.
He did look at the one over the pocket. I don't know if he's thinking he can get an angle to pot that in.
Twice.
Yeah,
Just rolling behind them. Flick
Yeah.
off it and roll in behind.
That's a
It's
shot.
not that easy a shot to play, but
No.
I think it's, especially with this red on the right hand side, I think it just makes it a little bit.
He's tried. He's played it well.
Yeah, nah, he's left
he's
it.
not. It's come
That was
away.
always going to be difficult. He hit it far too hard.
So
I think he just
difficult,
got. I
those
think he
ones.
just got so. He got slightly high on it.
Yeah.
I think was the issue there.
So difficult those ones because you don't want to go and
Not
feather
hit a
it,
cushion,
not
yeah.
hit a cushion and. He wasn't too happy with this though.
It's
still
not
watch.
that easy getting the position on the next shot is the problem. I think this is quite straight. That's a tremendous shot.
It is.
That is a tremendous shot.
That's queuing for you. A very upright stance, Neil. So it's
I've no idea how.
hard to know how he manages to get the feel
He
and
has
the
a lot of.
judgment.
I think he's just had so many problems with his back over the years.
Yeah.
He's just kind of developed the stance that suits him. I certainly couldn't play. I wouldn't be able to look down the shot properly,
Yeah, that's
standing
it.
so high on it. I need to be right chin on cue sort of thing. He's got a very unique hand on the table as well, the way he plays, isn't he? It's like a claw almost. And that's that. Oh well, 7-0. We knew Neil was a strong favourite there. I thought Russell maybe got 2 or 3, but
Yeah, I thought it
he
would
never.
be closer,
He had a couple of chances. Neil actually stepped up a gear the last couple of frames and never really gave Russell a look in. But
we said at the start, once Neil gets his nose in, then he's
he's relentless once he gets going. Do you?
yeah. I
Well,
don't
maybe
see
we're just
why
going to
not.
see if we can try and move the camera So if you want to stick with us, we can see if we can get Mark Leslie and Ed Cowie on stream now as well. Yeah, Neil played well there. There's not much. Oh, that looks good. There we go. Richard. Slightly back. All right. Yeah, so there we go. We've got an extra little treat for you. We have Ed Cowie versus Mark Leslie in the Moravia now.
I'm just going to sort out the camera angle, folks.
That's great. So yeah, we'll just change the names on the scoreboard and
don't actually know who's who yet.
You'll find out when it's the next one. So Ed is one of Bucky's all-time greats, and Mark's
From Elgin.
Yeah, but he's not an Elgin all-time great.
That's what it says. He's just from Elgin.
And then Mark's been a member at the new club for a lot of years now, but he actually plays with Neil at the Ionic. You'll probably tell by that safety shot that he plays for the IO.
So obviously this is our second table in the new club. Apologies for the camera angle. We are in the process of getting a second camera so we can cover both tables and flick between them. At the moment we just swung the first camera around, so that's why you're looking at it a little bit lopsided, but still a good view, I think.
Yeah, so I'll have Neil next then. That's the quarterfinals wrapped up now for the Moravia Trophy this year. So it's myself and Neil in that's semi-final number 2 we're in, and Ty versus Tony McCowan in the other semi, that's 2 crackers we've got there. I don't know if many of you seen Tyrone playing Boo on stream in the club as well. I think it was 6-1 down to Boo.
Yes, he
managed to come back and win 7-6. An absolutely fantastic performance. So really the trophy's anyone's at the moment. 4 players who are all playing relatively well.
I mean, Boo is one of the most successful players in this. He won the first couple and he was beaten in the final by Tony just after COVID as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, Boo's one of the best closers of a match in the area. For Ty to come back from 6-1 down is you're almost like just as he pegs a frame back, you're just waiting for a breaking dish from Boo, aren't you? It's thinking, no, that'll be it, you know.
He is,
and it just never quite came. It just never quite happened for him.
Such a good cueist, Ty. You know, the balls he took out. I was watching at home. That was before we really started the streaming.
That was just Facebook Live on phones. That's how far we've came. Actually, that might have been my first game. Oh, well done, Ed. Nice finish there. That's Ed 2-0 up.
2-0 up. We can update the scoreboard now, providing Ed got it right.
Yeah, so we had a bit of dip in viewers there, but people have probably thought that we were done for the evening, but we've got a little treat in store for you.
This is a treat as well, because
yeah, two top players, both played, one from the Ionic and one from the Harbour, so a bit of a grudge match.
Yeah, but pretty attacking as well.
Yeah.
Ed's on goals are some of the best I've seen. You used to play with him at the Harbour End, and
he put some of the best single
anywhere.
ball shots is unbelievable, isn't he?
You know, I remember I played doubles with him quite a lot when we played for the Harbour End, and you'd leave him a shot on the block and he'd cut it in the opposite pocket to what you were expecting him to, you know.
Yeah.
You know, some of the thinnest ones in the world, you know, and into the middle pockets he was.
There's Gordy Duncan with his perm, and to congratulate Neil on his victory. Revenge for his defeat to Russell.
He's quite sharper there when he walked in.
Yes,
considering
definitely.
He lost.
So you just roll this in. I think that goes in the middle, is it?
Yeah.
I don't think he actually went for that, did he? When you look at where the white is.
Yeah, I think I would have been hitting that a wee bit harder.
Yeah, I think he's deliberately hung that, which I don't necessarily think was the best plan of action there. This is what you're talking about, Richard. Ed's got something in mind here that no one else sees.
You'll probably make it. Yeah, I actually played Ed in the quarterfinals of the Moravia last year on the other table, and I beat him 7-3, but he cut so many different balls and put the white around the table, he went off and off nearly every frame.
Oh, that's a very good shot. He's played that nicely. I'm trying to remember. I don't actually know if I've ever played Ed before. Our offshore schedules probably clash a little bit too much for it. See there, Gordy.
You want me to come commentate for 5 minutes?
If you want. More than welcome.
No, you're alright, I've got better things to do.
How dare he? There's nothing better to do.
Wasn't quite a total there, so Mark's obviously hit his red and he split the two yellows up, but I'm not really looking forward to being where his next shot might be played from if he gets one.
I think I would pot the yellow over the top pot and come down.
Yeah, and the top cushion.
Yeah, I think I would pot that one and then come down and then try and play. Probably not a great hook, but you flick off the red. Yeah, I think he's playing it now. Put the black towards the other yellow. Oh, I'm not sure I would have hit it that hard, and I don't think Ed wanted to hit it that hard either. Yeah, I think he's still got the chance, so quite an easy. I'm not even sure I would try and hook Mark here. I think I would leave him an edge of that red.
Yeah.
Just, just so you're.
So he's taking it out if he hits it.
Do you not want to come and tell us how your match went?
Fuck off.
Rather you didn't swear on stream, but.
Oh, sorry. No, it wasn't the best. Like, I played it alright, but he was clinical, so.
That's what we
a couple
were
of my
saying.
safeties just weren't up to standard.
You had, especially probably the first 4 frames. Neil kind of
I had a
stepped up
chance.
last up, but you had a chance in every frame.
But you're only
Not an easy. That's what we were saying. It wasn't an easy chance,
No,
but it's the type of chances that you've got to take against Neil.
I played alright. I had some sketchy safeties, and it's the way it goes, man. He had a couple of good clearances that He's a tough player to play like.
Yeah, he is.
I'm looking forward to it. I've got him in the next round, so...
you better pump him, Graham. I can't have a hen of beating 2 scales in one competition.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If I play like I played last night, then it'll be a tough night for Neil, but...
I've only got one question.
I don't play like that very often.
I've only got one question off that stream. How many times did Forky call me out this time?
None.
None? You must have seen an improvement for Saturday then, did he? Because he can't have heard him last time.
That far.
You're supposed to hear it. It's a point in a call out. There's no point calling somebody out if they're not going to hear it.
I enjoyed it, but I just never... If I'd picked a couple frames early on, it would have maybe been a bit different, but
I say he's very good when he gets in front as
well.
well.
The sixth frame, pot the white off the brake. My brakes weren't great, his brakes were.
You looked a bit lost when you had to think about
No,
safety shots
I was
as well.
pretty comfortable.
When you played, I think it was when you went 5-0 down, you had the 2 yellows over the bottom.
But what I was trying to do was push the other yellow slightly further out so he can play off the ones off the bottom one. But I just missed it. It's not my style of game, but I tried to adapt, and it just it wasn't the worst. I tied up his balls as best I could when I had the opportunity.
He played well.
Keep the camera PG, please.
Tied up his balls. Oh no, that's for the after 10 o'clock games.
Anyway, I'll have a pint, Russell. Thanks for coming in.
No worries. Forky,
Richard will have a Coke as well.
Forky will have £100.
Richard will have a Coke as well. I'll have a pint.
You want a Coke on that?
Aye, go for it. Cheers, bud.
I only win big important matches because I'm the 2-time stream money match champion. But
you'd have actually got more money that if you'd won the Moravia than you would have if you won a money match.
I only beat Dooley's.
So our new club, we finally got our design for our new club tops today, Richard.
Looking
quite smart, weren't they?
I didn't realise the sleeves were on a separate bit of the picture. I thought you bought us vests to start off with.
That would have been sexy.
There we are, figures.
Just for the summer, maybe. Would have looked like hillbillies.
It wouldn't have been a bad miss for the heat in this when the sun hits.
That's true.
The sun hits those windows in the summer and you're trying to play it.
Come on, Mark. Just get on with it.
No, he's just gonna...
Go on, Neil, out the road.
No, I think he's just watching for a foul here.
No way, that's a foul. Mark played it exactly how I'd have played it. Hit it so hard that you wouldn't have even tell anyway.
That's a problem with the stream though, because you would have been reminded if probably clipped and shared. And
I tell you what, I don't actually mind this camera angle either.
No,
I don't think it's that bad. For a quick, obviously it's not. You need to have the 2 cameras if you want to flip between scenes, but just to turn for a quick match. It's actually
you still get the perspective. That's the main thing. You don't want to be, where you can't really see how the balls are lying. You still get the perspective and the distances between them and things. So. Plus, it shows our sponsors quite well as well in the slide.
Oh well, we've got both of them highlighted today for a change.
They've got a sign up saying you can't give any more drink to drunk folk, Graham, so Tracy's not giving you
Out.
Sure, bring it through. Table service, eh?
So, although we're keeping the viewers, we're at 40 tonight, hopefully we're live on pubs across the district as well, which massively multiplies our... I know the Elgin Doubles last week was fantastic. I think nearly every pub had us live in their venue last week.
Yeah, it was a bit... We had it on in the Springer, but because there was no background noise...
It was just a bit awkward.
It was a bit...
We had it on in... I was out in St Andrews last week and we had it on in there, but because the venue was playing music anyway, it didn't really matter, so you were still...
We just had to go and put a few pounds in the jukebox.
So you weren't looking to hear anything anyway. But I mean, obviously, if you're up tomorrow, I think Mark Kidd's coming up tomorrow, so
yeah, I think
we might get some commentary. Me and Regan will obviously step in when we're not playing as well. So
I think it's good.
I think it'll be a good night of pool.
A competition like that, I think it's quite good to have the commentary, because I think when we did the singles, it was a bit lost with who was playing who, and
yeah.
Obviously, the doubles last week it was a round robin, so it was easy enough to keep on top of it.
But it's it's difficult as well when with these competitions that a lot of us that are doing the streaming and doing the commentary are all involved in as well, isn't it? So you've kind of.
I mean, if we weren't sitting here watching this, we'd be practicing on the other table just now.
Yeah, basically.
It's actually quite funny. I was going through the stream analytics. It doesn't give us a huge range, but it was giving me some stats that I think it was something like 67% of our viewers are on mobiles, and then
right, okay,
like 12-13% were on TVs, and only about 5 or 6% were on tablets or computers.
That's quite encouraging, that, because as I said, the TVs are probably not all in people's head. If that's in, you could be timesing that by 10 your viewers in, So if we had like 80 viewers last night, if there's 10 people in a pub watching a TV screen, then it's over 100, Here comes Tracy with my bar service.
Roller skates on.
You should do. Have you got anything to tell the fans on YouTube, Tracy?
Don't.
No?
Because the last time you said that, all I had was, I'm the ball cleaner. It's in my head, and I thought, you'll get shut down if you let me speak.
Well, you've just said it again. You're live. That's the ball cleaner. Just back to the bar now.
And we've gone up in viewers all of a sudden. Yeah, Mark's got fair.
So is Neil defending? Am I right in saying he's defending champion?
Yes, that's
correct.
Last
year he beat Sean?
Yeah, last year he beat Sean. It was a final in the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I remember.
Everyone remembers that. It wasn't the best final from two of the best players.
It was a cagey affair from what I remember.
It was a nervous affair from both of them.
I mean, I think
one of those,
for the fact of that, I think that shows you how much we've improved the conditions in this venue as well. The fact that 2 Elgin players last year went to Keith to play, that just would not happen this year.
That's right, yeah. I mean, it was...
obviously, if a Keith guy's in the final, it's 4 Elgin guys in it, the final will be in here. That's and we will have them, hopefully, both semis streamed as well, I would imagine. With Ty playing Tony, that'll definitely be in here, and then hopefully me and Neil, all 4 are members. So
yeah, finals day.
Finals day. I think Regan did speak about something to do with. I'm not sure exactly what his plans were. Oh, that is cheeky. Yuck. That is a Regan Campbell special. Ed definitely learnt that from him.
And
that's a sore one to take. That could be a vital frame in this match. Oh, but he's not played that well.
I think he's got away with that. I think he's got away with it.
Is that red? Do you think it's out of the pocket enough?
I think
he'll just snooker him here, I think. Do you think he'll just roll up behind it? I know it's a delicate shot, but I can't really see what else he's got. Treble it, maybe? He's got to keep it tight and reasonably close to the pocket, or Mark will just hook him to death. think that's a little bit of justice for the horrendous fluke he's just had there. He's gone for it.
He was asking a little bit much there on that double, I think. Mark's got a bit of work to do here.
Oh, 100%. I think he's got to... I think I'd be flicking off the one that's on the cushion here and just putting the white in the back there. And I'm not sure... He can get the white safe off of this, but I don't think that's really the... That was not the that was not the shot. That was a bit of rush of blood to the head there for Mark.
The kind of part that really lets Mark down is he's a really good potter, and sometimes I think he thinks he can pot from anywhere.
I think even from somebody as attacking as me, I think I'd have been flicking that one on the cushion there and just sitting in behind it.
I'd never really got across that one there. Well, it was tough, a thin cut, but he never really hit it very thick. Again, Mark's got a bit of work to do here because it's not easy.
He's got a chance here. I think I would be hitting at this at pace, topping it through and disturbing the two reds that's together. Since it's so close to the pocket, that one. Just like that. He needs a bit of luck though. I think he's got it.
And that red coming back up the table.
Yeah, I think that saved him a little bit. I mean, he did have the one that he's nearest to, but it's not an easy shot.
No, coming
Whereas,
away as well.
Would you try and disturb that one, or it's hard to see what the angle he's got here to see if he can hold or disturb it.
You're going up, so I mean, I would.
That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Yep, played that nicely. So it's all about just connecting the dots now, isn't it? Concentrate on each pot. None of them are.
No.
This one on the left hand side.
You just want a wee
could
bit
be
straighter.
Yeah, you've just got to make sure you give yourself the opportunity to go back up for the black.
What you don't want is being slightly off angle on that one and having to screw it back for the block. Yeah. That's when these are on these tables. Yeah.
He's brave. He's going for it. Yeah, he's have to screw this back. Taking a slightly harder one. I'm not sure that's the one I would have taken.
Yeah, see, it's.
I think I would have went for the other one there. Just.
He's got a kind of bit of a fortunate.
I'm not even sure that doubles that red. It's kind of awkward.
Mind the old Elgin rules, that white would be stuck right behind that block when we started playing all those years ago.
That was, I think 30. No, that's a lie. 26 years ago, I started playing in the Elgin League, and it was the old rules, kikes for the tenants, and all these guys. You were just, like you say, just rolling up behind balls.
It was very similar to the Elgin rules without the hit in the cushion. That's what I remember from them.
Yeah.
I think you had to nominate off the break.
Well, there was a lot less change from the old Elgin rules to black ball rules than there was when we originally went to World rules.
Yeah, I mean, World rules was a different,
massive difference.
Because of the 2 shots carry, and it was a
deliberate fouls and things like that. You know, you weren't allowed any of that before, but
yeah, there was no combination shots in the Elgin rules, was there? Was there?
I can't really remember. No, there was. There was. Yeah, you were allowed actually.
Sorry, it's world rules. There's no combination shots in there.
Yes. Yeah. I think you're right. Because if you potted the black, you couldn't pot another ball with it. Yeah. Seems so long ago. Oh, Ed! He seemed to play so quickly. I think he thought that was a tap in, didn't he? Just took his eye off it. That is a let off for Mark.
You start to build up if you keep doing. I mean, that's a few that he's.
That's a huge let off for Mark there. And I tell you what, that was brave.
Brave or foolhardy.
Yep, 2-2.
Game
Like I
on.
say, we knew it was going to be a tight game.
Yeah.
Russell and Neil still practicing on the other
I think that's
table.
one of the things with these offshore.
That must be 12-0 now to Neil, is it? We'll have to check. They're practicing on the other table still.
No, I think it's 7.
Yeah, with the old offshore lads, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not quite so bad for some. It depends where you are. I mean, myself, I'm over in Norway, so I don't get 8-ball tables like you get here.
Yeah.
You know, whereas if some of these guys have got like really good quality 8-ball tables, some people have nothing at all. So it just depends. I mean, there was a vast improvement. I played George on the Friday night, and that was the first frames I'd had since I'd been home. And then you play Mark on the Monday, and it was a huge difference in just a few days getting in and settling and maybe having 20 or 30 frames. And
yeah, and it's just the trust in the pace of the table and
things like that.
You know,
that's what I find more. That's what I find more about stepping away. I don't really lose the potting.
Yeah, the angles are still
it's
there.
More I like to keep the white quite tight, and it's quite easy to lose the white if you've not been playing.
Especially when you use a smaller tip as well when you're screwing back the things, you know, to make sure you get in the feel of how hard to hit them. So you're another one that doesn't use a breaking cue, do you?
No, I just use my 8mm tip for my cut break. I don't see that I would have much of an advantage, to be honest. And even when I was breaking from the middle, I found that I struck the ball quite well. I don't think it might have saved the tip a little bit on my cue, but since it's been tipped by the expert that is tipping cues at the new club, I'm able to break with it and play with it. It doesn't make any difference.
I'll
so
get you a discount for the next time it comes in.
Just for anybody on the stream that's not aware, we have a cue tipping service at the club. I know there's a lot of people out there not sure where to go or how much it'll cost and things, but very, very reasonable rates from Richard here, and he does an excellent job as well.
There's a poster up on our Facebook page for more details.
Yep, yeah, we'll share it again. Just one of the many things we've got going on here now.
Yep.
Quite a resurgence recently,
and there's more to come. More plans and be non-stop over the summer with competitions and
look out for a post tomorrow. We'll start advertising for our Wednesday flyers. So the whole idea with the Wednesday flyers is that it's going to be more of a grassroots flyer on a Wednesday. So it's just to give these people a little bit more confidence and a little bit more chance to play people their own level and grow into the game and win something, basically, you know. We're going to be sponsored by Elgin Kebab House, and they're putting up trophies for our series winners, so it'll be something to take home and relish, hopefully. So that's going to be more for second division players, and it'll also be on application first division players who we feel would fall more into the brackets. Obviously, if you've been to the final of singles or doubles or tour events or anything like that, or your regular quarter finalists in these events, you won't be you won't be able to enter these ones. But for anyone else, it'll be free to enter, 16 players a week, just to keep everybody involved over the summer, and it will improve Elgin Pool vastly. It's amazing how many people put their queue down at the end of April and then don't pick it up again until September until the league starts again. But then we won't be advertising it quite yet because it's quite far away, but probably 3 weeks away I think we'll be having Sunday flyers, So that'll be open to anybody that's interested to play. So that gives everybody the opportunity to keep competing and keep playing. The prizes will be, if you win your first flyer, you'll get a free membership and £20, and then after that it'll be £80 if you win the next one, or £80 if you win the one after that. And we're going to have a series of events, so we will put money aside each week, and there'll be a grand final where the top 16 seeds from the flyers with their ranking points will all play off against each other to see who's the ultimate winner. So, like you say, Richard, we're busy throughout the summer, and we've got a lot happening around the club. Not just that, we've got a lot of snooker stuff going on as well. If that's something that you're interested in, there's always a lot of open competitions throughout the summer, and
yeah, we've got
we'll keep you updated for what we have in the new club.
The 2 top quality snooker tables through there.
Yeah, very good, the best in the town, and we like to keep it that way. So, yeah, like I say, it's a good time to join, a good time to get involved, and we look forward to this development that we're currently going through and seeing you all up here. Obviously, finals day, that's the big one. Looking forward to that. It's not very often we've had a prize for singles and doubles winners in the Elgin League, but this year we've got 30 pints of tenants for the winner of the singles, and it'll be 60 pints for the pair that win the doubles as well. So that's unprecedented as long as I can remember. I don't remember a prize previously for that.
No. Apart from the trophies, you know.
Yeah, well, that's at the end of the day, it's the trophy that everybody wants for years to come, with your name on it, that people can look back on you. And the doubles is what we've had quite a few different names, should we say, in the doubles over the years. The singles as well, I suppose. A few unexpected ones. Certainly in the final.
I mean, the doubles more different names. The singles over the last few years has been kind of
good players that you would expect, but there's not been a lot of so many multiple winners. Maybe we've had certainly like finalists. Anyway, I remember Darren Mayer got to the final not all that long ago. That was was that the first time Ben won it last year?
Yes,
I think it was. And then Mike Moore, was that not his first time?
No, Mike's won it.
He won it several times.
Then several times
Trendy in the final
years.
with him. Yeah. So it was that was his first.
Yeah,
although I would imagine Trendy's probably been to the Keith finals quite a few times over the years as well. But no, this is what it's all about. It's all about
obviously
developing players in Elgin, and we want to see.
Speaking about singles winners, Martin Henry's a Elgin singles winner.
Yeah, that's a lot of people wouldn't believe that, but it's true. Beating Davy hit that, and that was probably the most not surprise, but without the biggest name finals. Martin against Davy Hector. That was up in the Bonnie Earl. I think we had that, wasn't it? Before
I'm
it was
not
Fogies.
Sure,
I'm
I was
pretty
working
sure it was,
away at that
because
time.
I've got a feeling that Scott Hector was in the final of the doubles with old Tony McCallion on the very same day.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly. I wasn't at that one. I was working away at the time.
Finals day is always a good day. Basically, we're striving to make it the best one yet. Supported by Panache as one of our sponsors for the day, with they're supplying food at 12, so they'll be supplying some pakora. We'll also put on soup and things for people who aren't into that sort of thing. And then we've got Ash Vale have kindly sponsored us for half fish and chicken suppers at 4 o'clock as well, so that's absolutely fantastic. And I mean, if we need, we'll be at the kebab shop as well.
We probably will be personally anyway.
There will be no shortage of food, that is for sure. And pints.
Again, that's edge. It's just not got comfortable with that angle.
I think he's struggling a little bit with the pace of the table. It just, like you say, just slightly ran away from him there. Good pot though.
Good pot. I mean, it was
I think where the red was, it kind of made that pot a little bit easier, wasn't it?
But it's just one of those where it would have looked so much smoother if he just left himself a little tap in.
Yeah. So that's now 3-2 Ed.
And that's the hint for me to update the scoreboard, isn't it?
And I've just received our logo for Callum Wood Joinery, who is also sponsoring Finals Day. He's obviously listening to the stream tonight. Hello, Callum. Callum does so much for the club as well, though it's not just, obviously, to give us £100 for sponsorship for Finals Day to help us towards our targets and streaming and whatever else we can deliver all you guys. He's done a fantastic job of building our lockers for members to keep their queues in, and that's just a small part of what he does about here. He does so many other jobs that go unnoticed as well.
We would be absolutely lost without him.
Yeah, well, certainly a few £1,000 down anyway.
just a few.
Just in labour.
Yeah, just in labour. Although I heard you were driving him quite hard doing those lockers last Saturday, weren't you?
Yeah, well,
he wasn't even allowed a tea break.
No. He actually dropped a bit of wood on his foot. I thought that was going to be the end of him, but no. Managed to spur him on to keep going.
That's a good boss, a good manager. People leader, they call it now, I think.
Yes, people leader, yeah. Formerly known as a bully.
I was going to use another B word there, but obviously. It's Callum.
Oh, Callum's
His wife felt that sorry she took up a coffee and a bacon roll. I hope that was just for Callum and not for Graham.
Well, she took me up a coffee. She was absolutely disgusted when Callum asked for a frappuccino that cost a £5. But yes, she did pay it. We just had to look after Alan the dog. Oh, that's good.
A nice wee shot there from Ed, and that's just his experience.
He's good with them, eh?
Yes.
He plays them nicely. Although you just flick off the cushion and make sure you hit the flick off the red. Make sure you hit the cushion here. Would you go for this, Richard? Would you come off the cushion and try the side cushion and try and put it on the opposite side? And at least get it out into the open on the other side of the table.
It depends. Again, it's hard to see what
angle. It's more where you leave
white,
isn't it? Yeah.
Can he just cross double it into the top from there?
Do you think you can see it? You must be able to see it.
He could see it, so whether he could have hit that,
That wasn't a great shot from Mark. There's no way Edge should have been able to see that.
I think it was probably a little bit too slim there. The angle the yellow came off when Ed hit that there. He probably couldn't double it.
I couldn't
across.
double it, yeah.
You're right, you shouldn't have been able to see it anyway.
Yeah, I would have thought if Ed could have doubled it, he would have been going for it. Or certainly knocking it to that side.
Yeah,
of
but
the
like
table.
you said, coming the white cushion first and then behind it, he could have put it across. The only problem with that is there would have been a chance that the white we could have got stuck behind the two reds. Get trouble on.
Mark's having a think here. I don't think it's all that straightforward. He's got to watch it. You don't even want to leave Ed the double here. Crossface double. I think you've got to go for it, don't you?
I think you do. Again, it's hard to see the angles he's got.
You'd be unlucky not to be on the black if you got it. I don't think there's much else you can really.
I don't know. I'll just be worried.
It looks like
if
there's
you
no
did
way you're dropping that in the middle from there.
No, but if you cross-faced it, would you go straight into that red and send that down towards the block pocket?
Possibly. I think it's a risk worth taking. It's not.
He's going into the middle. It's near impossible.
I think he's played a percentage shot there. He's basically said, right, come on then, Mark.
Yeah, my ball's going to be over the pocket.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, because that would have had to be that much. You know,
I don't
perfect pace that it would have just touched the pocket and
I
then
don't
fell in.
I don't even know if that would have.
I think it would have done, but these pockets are so unforgiving.
Like you say, Richard, you would basically have to drop it in. See, I'm more of a fan of clearing one end of the table first. I would take that other red.
Yeah.
I don't
Especially
like.
the
I don't
block
like
down
to
there.
play like that.
I could understand leaving it if the block was up at that end.
Yeah.
Because it's down there.
I'm not sure that's the way I would have went a bit. The game was there.
Yeah.
I think I would have given myself the chance to pot that. I mean, did he go for it? Maybe he didn't go for it.
Don't think so.
It didn't
If
look
he
like
did, it was a poor shot.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I didn't. It looked like he missed it more on the edge of trying to hang it, didn't it? I think he had the wrong side on it there, Ed.
Yeah. I thought if he'd.
The combo's not on, is it?
No.
You never know, Ed.
He's not really that sort of player.
I don't think the combo's on, and I don't think he can. I think that red's far enough in the pocket.
This is almost a double at the top. Off the bottom cushion and.
Anything else, you're leaving yourself in a bit of trouble, aren't you? You've kind of got to. He's done well to get that out, to be fair. Oh. He's made it awkward though.
This will
but
tell us a bit about how Mark's feeling though. Because this is another with the two shots.
You should be finishing.
You should be finishing this, but you've got the ball at the top, and you've got the ones down.
I think I'd be going top, the one on the left hand side, and then making sure I've got an angle to.
Yeah, I mean you just need to drop this
bottom.
towards the pocket. This doesn't even need to go in.
No.
This needs, Now, this is about getting position.
This is all about getting the right.
Now,
you don't want to be too close to because he looks like he's got a. If he rolls it in, he's putting the white towards the cushion. So I think I'd be like pushing it through with top.
Yeah, side and bottom.
That's how I would have played it. That's absolutely perfect.
Bottom ball, I think.
Yeah.
Just pull this back. Because I can't see it. I think the top red actually goes past.
I think
the
it'll
black.
go past the black. I think it's deceiving on the camera, but when you look at the shadow, I think it does go. Oh, that was a surprise.
Yes, I mean it tells you a bit about how he's feeling. Cause
yeah, he obviously wasn't very confident in that there.
It wasn't easy, but I mean it's balls you expect him to knock in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think. Can he see the black? Is it a snooker? No, it's not a snooker.
That's poor again, unless that red at top doesn't.
But this is the thing. This is like you don't want to be transitioning between.
No.
Top and bottom all the time. You know, it's.
Oh, if you can see this, I'd be banging it
just
hard,
hit it hard
off the
and
side
hope you
and
can
just see where it goes. You know, goes round the table.
He might be able to double that in the middle or treble it if he hits it off the red. If he can hit it thin enough, you know.
problem with
Would
that
you say
is the white
obviously
would be
red
travelling.
Yeah, but if you put that black into the red to double it or treble it, I think he's getting. It depends how much you can actually see of it. It's hard to see from here, isn't it? I think you can almost see it full ball, but. There we go, he's went for the one we called, and he wasn't that far away. Right, Mark, you've got to take this. There's no hiding place now.
I don't know if he will, because
I think that was a risky shot Mark played there, hanging that bag. Just with it's like you said with Ed, that was to leave him that chance to do that. He sees these shots.
Yeah, but I mean, it's in these matches as well. You know, if I was Ed, I would be looking at Mark going, "You feeling alright? You're not, you're not taking that."
Yeah, definitely. You're not. You don't look comfortable.
Freedom going. Well, even if I miss this, I don't see him. You know, coming back. I mean, half of the pool, probably 90% of pool is actually the mental game, because we can all strike a ball towards a.
Oh, without doubt, you know.
It can be the hardest game in the world.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, even that just
don't go in.
That was such an easy clearance.
But the red over the pocket was a poor shot.
Yeah.
You've got to.
Oh yeah, I mean, missing the black,
You've got to
you
leave
can
that
understand.
Straight in the middle. Yeah, because it wasn't. He didn't leave the black that easy
with
there.
the red over the pocket. You could basically put that white almost anywhere.
I don't like leaving those reds over the pocket from a last ball.
No.
I just find them so difficult where
unless it's right in the pocket and you can screw, you know, and if you're catching that knuckle with the white or having to hit the cushion a wee bit.
I much prefer to take them out the way and play the one that's slightly out the pocket. So much easier to control the white. Oh, that's not going to end well for Mark, is it? I tell you what, this is a tester. After he's looked a bit nervy this frame, this is a real tester. This is a big frame as well. 4-2 and 3-3 is quite the difference. Do you think he'll go for it, or do you think? No, he's going for it. I was going to say, would he just put it onto the cushion?
The safety's not easy.
He's missed it.
Yeah, he's not even.
He's actually missed it so badly that
it's alright.
Safe. Well played, Neil. See you later.
See you soon. I'll give you a shout maybe the morning for you. I'll speak to you.
Perfect.
Okay, cheers, Graham.
See you later.
See you soon.
To say, Mark kind of got the advantage there by missing it. So.
He missed it by so far that it was almost safe. They're both looking a little bit certainly not at their best. They're both good players when they're at it. And they're just not quite there tonight, or not yet anyway. Well, there's Ed though. He tried to take one off of Mark there. That was almost back to 3-1 again.
Never thought of that as a tactic. Of course, remember, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel so you'll get notifications whenever we go live. See, details are up on the screen just now. That's a big break from Mark there, and he's kept the white in the middle of the table. So. That's advantage him.
You're round.
I'm just telling the viewers there that if they make sure they subscribe to the channel, the more subscriptions we get and the more viewers we get, the more money I can hit you boys out of the kitty, you know,
yeah,
to
the
put better cameras in.
The thing is as well, Richard, it means that that people that are interested in watching get the notifications straight away as well when we go live. We've got so much happening at the moment that it's hard to keep up. It really is.
I know. We've got a night out off on Thursday.
Yeah, we get the posters up as often as we can, but
sometimes you're taking one down as you're putting the next one up.
Yeah. Basically, it's a lot of post management at the moment.
You'll be going back to work for a break.
Yeah, definitely. But I think we're at myself, Regan, Russell, a few other members are at the Keith Flyer on Friday. So what I'm thinking about is perhaps I think we must be pretty close to 60 days old now. So I'm thinking about taking Mark a tripod through and just going live on Facebook with my phone on the new club page if we can.
You can go live on here.
Oh, can you go live on YouTube on my phone? So I think I'm thinking about doing that on Friday night for the flyer. So we'll try and get as many new club members as we can in there, and possibly on our feeble performance
when we can go live. You get the choice between phone or streaming software. So
yeah, so that's an option on Friday as well. So hopefully we'll be able to keep you entertained on Friday night with some new faces. And
that's good, because I think I've got a few tips to do this weekend. So I'll probably be sitting at home
enjoying the live,
watching it on the TV while
we'll be there anyway. So
we'll
be there anyway. So I'm quite happy to.
I've got an old queue that I'm trying to refurbish. So I've got that Legends grain filler. I want to give a go. Looks like tar, so I'm a bit scared to use it on my new queue.
I think I've seen it used before, and it brings it up. It brings the grain up beautiful.
Yeah, well, that's it.
But it's, as you say, until you've used it, you can never be too sure. I don't know what one I seen. It was some sort of balm or.
Yeah, well, I was watching. I've watched a few videos on the instructions how to use it, and when they put it on, it's like tar, and then as they shine it up, it all disappears and comes back to normal. And I was
always gives you a fright the first time.
Somebody asked me about it, and I was like, let me do it on an old queue first, so I know. So
what's a good shot, Ed?
Here's your queue. Oh, mine was ash. It wasn't black. Well, it is now.
Yeah.
That wouldn't do our reputation any good for.
He's left himself a tricky one here. I think I'd be playing the double into the bottom corner and putting the white safe. Almost dead weight though, just to cover it if in case I missed it. Shot, great finish.
That's a type of shot Ed is very good.
Yeah. Let's say I'm not sure that I would have hit that quite as hard, just
in
case it came out.
He wasn't really thinking about missing it.
No, he was full of confidence there. He expected to pot that. Sometimes you do though. Sometimes you're.
Yeah, you can just see it.
Just put 2 on my tab. I've got a tab. You've got a tab. This match is pretty much going as we predicted.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's a cagey affair going back and forth.
Wouldn't surprise me if Mark picked up this one to make it 4-4. It's just the kind of flow of it.
If you were predicting this game, you could have quite easily said, I expect a last frame decider, wouldn't you?
Didn't quite think I'd see as many individual mistakes as we've seen. I mean, Mark really should have had the brake dish in the last frame until he went screwed back into the middle. It's easy to sit here and criticise players that are still in the competition. I got knocked out of, but
there's a bit of pressure because I think they both see a path to the final.
Yes.
And feel that they've got a chance of winning, so it puts that bit of pressure on you. I mean, and over the years, this hasn't really been regarded as the second tournament. They're both held in, if you win the lake, they're both held in quite high prestige, aren't they? If you win it.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously, it's if you don't quite qualify for the Moravia, you move into this, but it's always seen as you're always proud to win it. You don't view it as a secondary tournament. We've had some great winners over the years of this as well.
Yeah, well,
and Dave Leal.
Dave Leal won it the first year, and I think the third year.
He's won it twice?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has.
Oh, okay.
He definitely won it the first year, but I think he won it the third year as well.
Am I right in saying Mikey Moore won it one year?
Mike Moore was the reigning champion.
Right, okay, yeah.
He won it last year.
He didn't enter this year, though, did he?
No, he didn't enter. Who did he beat in the final?
I thought it was quite a high...
Yeah, Alan Duncan was in the semis.
Yes, that's what I was...
I think Mike beat Alan in the semis. Apologies, I should really know.
That's two shots. Oh, Mark. He's moved up with his hand.
No hiding place on the stream.
No.
No, I don't think there was any debate. He wasn't trying to hide that there.
No, he knew straight away.
That's quite amazing. Somebody's moved a ball with a hand and you haven't mentioned Regan Campbell's name. And
well, at least none of these guys will have the cheek to call themselves Player of the Year afterwards, but never mind. Controversial subject.
But good for
I await Regan's message any second now.
I could probably be too busy just now carrying Dode Henry's cues about for him.
Well, I did hear from Keith that Regan and Taylor got beat in the doubles, so by another guy that attends the new club quite a lot, Ian Wilson. So I'm not sure exactly how they're getting on through Keith. Because did they win it the year before? When did Flanagan's win the league?
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
That was a really good young team. That wasn't. That was like the young team coming through.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
That was Tony and Scotty and
Raymond. Raymond's won the singles as well, has he not? Actually.
Yeah, he won the singles. Did he not beat Tony McCollum Senior in the final?
I can't remember.
That was in the Kings Mills.
Was that when it all kicked off?
Yes, that's right. Rangers and Celtic both playing on the last day of the season. That's right. We'd left by then though, because we were in the knockout cup against the Station, and we lost in a decider to them.
And that was enough to go.
No, Rangers won the league that day.
Was that when Celtic got beat for Motherwell?
No.
So that one,
it wasn't. I think. Don't quote me. Did we beat Dundee United? We just had to win on the last day, and I think Fry scored a double or something, or was it Kilmarnock? It's one of those, but it wasn't the one, the Dunfermline Kilmarnock thing, and it wasn't the helicopter Sunday. It was another one. But yes, it was. I think I was sober that day, so I drove back about 7 o'clock and then heard about it the next day. But yeah, it was the one that kicked off.
That was back in the day though, when it's like not everybody got on as well as they do now. If you know what I mean, it was because
the rivalries was.
But I think but that was. I don't ever remember having so many Burghead teams in as we started to have then. There was a huge interest in Poole and Burghead.
It wasn't the Burghead team's fault. You can't just blame that, you know.
No, but there was a bit more of a out of town and in town sort of. Whereas, I think years to come after the 2, 3, 4 year, 5 years after that, everybody was like mates. Whereas that first year, I think there was just a little bit of, who are these guys?
No, I'll tell you what the difference was, because although we knew each other back then, there wasn't the competitions
to bring everyone together. Singularly,
we were in Burkhead, and obviously we know Scales is a good player, plays for the Tenants.
Yeah.
And you'd know, obviously, we played the Tenants a few times. Knew Raymond, and
good show.
Stuart Campbell.
Played
for them.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't really know them. You just know.
Who
Raymond's
they
the one
were,
with the dark hair, and things like that. Where after that, because Adam McLeod and Brad and that launched tours in the bowl where everyone was together, and you started actually knowing people and bringing those kind of relationships.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was.
It's
I think the difference
it's
as well.
a shame to see. I mean, a lot of the Burghead guys still play in Elgin, but it's a shame to see that loss. The quantity of players that were coming out of Burghead. When you had 3 teams, good teams, all in the first division, weren't they? The Commercial, the Station, and the Harbour.
No, I don't think the Commercial ever got to the first division.
Did they not with Barker and
but that was
McIntosh and that? Or was that after somebody else shut down?
That was after the Station, so that was when Noxie and Driscoll and that moved in.
Yeah. But it's a shame that we've lost.
They started
all
off
players.
in the 4th. I think they got up to the 2nd, then the Station folded, and they got some of their players went across, and that's when they went up.
Yeah, it's a shame we lost that players to the league, because there was some absolutely Fifey, Stepney, obviously, all winners of big competitions.
Yeah, I mean it was a cracking standard, but a lot of them. I mean the Commercial, a lot of them.
Shot Ed.
We're in
bit of a trick shot there.
Their 20s at the time, whereas then like Gav McIntosh and
it's a shame. It's a shame that people haven't
Family
came
Life
back.
Takes over.
Yeah, but it's a shame people haven't kind of come back to it.
There's nowhere to play in Burkhead now.
Yeah, well, hopefully next season though. I heard rumours that the Harbour might be looking to put in a team, but whether that actually happens or not, hopefully it does.
Hopefully it does.
I heard, obviously not Burkhead, but Holtman Golf Club are quite keen.
Yes, I'm hearing that.
I see they've got a supreme table and they've just had recovered. It looks fantastic. I'd quite look forward to going through there next season, if somebody else drives.
Yeah, no, it goes in cycles. The problem obviously we've got is that when I took over the league in 2013, we had 22 teams from 15 venues. And when I gave it up, we had 16 teams from 10 venues.
And what is the root cause? Is that venues closing, or is it just it's venues closing as well? And just because you must have had there was a couple of teams out. I remember Pins had teams.
Yeah, Pins had teams. Obviously Cabbers had teams. Carkeys had teams over the years. And then your likes of Dicey's had a team.
Tenants.
Obviously that was a big loss. The Tenants actually had 2 teams for quite a while because there was the Raymond and that one you used to play for, but there was also they had a really good team with Sean and James.
I think me and Dobby both played for the B team at one point as well.
Yeah, I mean then there was obviously I think we've had lossy teams over the time. We had the Bray Moo in a few times as well.
Red
Until we
Craig.
could,
Not probably in your time, the Red Craig, but
no,
there were a
Red
team.
Craig was, well, yeah, it's you know,
just. But this is what you want for these streams, though, and this. Obviously, we want to advertise a new club, and obviously, we want people to join. What a shot that is, by the way!
Yeah.
Wow. Obviously, we want people to join the new club, and we want to advertise how great the facilities we have here. But ultimately, we want to increase the interest in Poole and Elgin and the competition in the area. If we can just get out, it doesn't even have. You don't have to start at a high standard. Just get in the interest. Where do we all start? Where do we all start? You pick up the cue. You don't just suddenly become a good player. It's all about getting into the sport and
it's enjoyment of
revitalising the pubs. If you're drinking juice, it doesn't matter. Just get out there and meet people and join a team. That's the most important thing.
I think that's one thing. It's a great shot from Mark.
Yeah.
I mean, Ed's effort on the block after his worldie on the red wasn't.
But that's what you get, isn't it? You're like, Ed, you're thinking you can't miss this block after potting that red, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the one thing. I don't know. I don't think there's as much locals in pubs these days.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I mean, we were through, you know,
there's
you
no
the
like
ones that
loyalty
drunk
to a
in that
pub
pub,
as such.
played for that pub. Whereas now I think it's more probably because of all the competitions that we've had over the years. You know, you play with your friends.
I understand that even coming from when I grew up in Lumbride, there was 3 pubs in Lumbride, and we all you picked one, basically, and that was your pub. Whether it was the Saints, the Gay Gordon, or the Tenants, and you picked a pub and you stuck to it. And
well, it's the same in Barkhead with the station commercial and Harbour Inn, so the Red Craig. You know,
whereas like you say now, you don't really you maybe start in one pub, then you go to the next pub, and then you go to another pub. Whereas you never did that before.
It was a bit more tribal.
Yeah. What are you thinking of this match, Russell? It's been pretty tight affair.
7-6.
That's
what
I
was shouting at them there, saying, "Well, that was always going to be 4-4, wasn't it?"
There's none of them really
excelling. No, it was a good cleans for Ed in the previous frame, like.
But it was a hell of the red Ed potted in that last frame. You're like, oh, he's bound.
I did. Yeah, the straight down.
He's bound to roll this.
Yeah, so you'll have to go. No worries, man. See you there, Foggy. Take it easy, man. Nah,
it wasn't unlucky. It was pish.
So if anybody's looking for a darts match, I'll be.
That's Richard away home for tonight. We'll see him again tomorrow, I'm sure.
No, that was.
So Russell has joined me in the commentary booth though, but
I had the angle for that red that Ed potted in the last frame, which was perfectly down.
Unreal.
I was going to smoke the
black. You'd expect him just to roll a bit of composure and roll the black in, and just never.
But I think it was 2-3 frames ago when they all had a shot in the black 2 or 3 times, and just too much, just popped away. Again, it was a wee bit off, but Mark seems to be a wee bit frustrated at himself every time I've been through there. Like he's kind of.
Yeah, but I think he sometimes expects too much of himself.
He did when he screwed in the white.
He was
very he wasn't pleased with himself.
That was a chance of a break dish for Mark there, but
it's been good quality. It's just been the odd and end of
this is the kind of matches we quite like watching because you don't know what's going to happen next. It's almost like you're waiting for a mistake rather than. Obviously, but you know they're capable of the odd finish here and there.
Definitely.
But you're still excited to see, will he actually do that, or will he make a mistake?
Or what's that? Well, 2 of the players
they have played quite safe. Mark's played quite a few safety shots, but not too much either. So it's
2 of the players that you'll see in one of the cup finals on finals day, isn't it? I think Mark's away, unfortunately, but H&I against the
Harbour on finals day. Yeah, so hopefully Ed will be there for that. I'm not sure.
I think he will be. I think he said he will be. I think Mark says he'll be away. So he was quite upset with Regan with changing the dates just because Regan.
Did he think he was going to be home for the night?
Yeah,
well, I think it was Mark.
I think Regan ruined it for a lot of people. Kind of was the problem. So
I think it was the right decision to make to change the date for with Mark Murray being there, it was just too much on.
No, that's it. One.
It's so difficult to get a date now. You've almost, if you don't plan it well in advance, but then all of a sudden something gets announced and people want it changed and whatever else.
Only good announcements is coming for the new club. It's all the streams in the Great Pools going on over the week. So is there more pools?
It's not all Great Pool. We've got
games coming up.
We've got the doubles tomorrow night.
Oh, I was hearing Regan boasting about that. Him and Kusa bumming a little bit.
Still in, so they've actually got a bye in the first round, so they're in the quarterfinals. And then they'll play the winner of Chris Bradshaw and Duncan McPhee against Tony and Shaky, which will be
Tony and Shaky were Tony and Shaky in the last one.
I think they were quite lucky to get through, but this is what you get with it. If they're on it, it's breaking dish.
Oh, definitely.
But if they're not on it, Chris and Duncan will have a chance. So it'll be interesting to see how that match goes.
Who's in the top half?
In the top half, we'll have Doug Copeland and I forget the name of his
Connor.
No, and then we have Seamus and Stephen, I think, from the Ionic B, and the winner then plays myself and Sean Mackay.
Oh, nice! That'll be a very some tight affairs there.
Yeah,
all streamed tomorrow night, is it?
They'll all be streamed. Well, one table will be streamed. It's Colin Campbell.
Oh.
So one of the tables will be streamed, obviously, and it'll just be highlights and comments off the other table. But
do you think there'll be a bit of a to and fro in with the Copeland family? Because I hear Connor's in a matchup.
Connor's through in up at Fogies tomorrow night. He's playing McCallum. He's playing McCallum tomorrow night up in Fogies. I think they've got not a favourable draw, but a good chance. You know, if you know what I mean. You know, I think the heavy hitters are in the bottom half of the draw up at Fogies tomorrow.
Could be a busy Copeland's on the finals day. So
hopefully it's all members and done a great job turning up playing for the. Well, they were ex-Pheasants, so they're actually the new club GP, but they've warmed to the place and certainly well-respected members up here now. We love to see them and they're very loyal members. They're up here a lot, and they've supported us a lot over the last year, certainly, or however, in the last 3 years or whatever it is that they've been there.
No, I've had my experiences with Connor's Connor's doubles teammate, so we'll maybe get another grudge match later on. I think Callum feels like he was hard done by, so I'm sure we'll have a rematch at some point later on in the year.
I would think so. I think there's probably better games out there for you, but I think if Callum could maybe just get a little bit more experience play against a couple of.
I heard there's been some whispers in the pipeline, like some potential matchups coming. So
Callum's more than capable, but it's a different feeling playing these games, and that's what we're trying to create.
No, we're
trying to create a competition feeling. It's not about playing for that. That's why it's like capped amounts of money. That's why it's capped amounts of money. It's not. We're not trying to bankrupt people. It's about creating the pressure of playing in a competition, so that all the players are becoming better competition players. You don't suddenly feel this pressure. I've been there and I've done that. You know.
I think the majority is playing at Wednesday and kind of the one framers, the runs. It's fine. You can get a run. Christ, I've beaten Neil Simpson on a Wednesday night. I certainly didn't do well tonight, but it's
That's exactly it.
It's a different format. I mean, my first game against Callum, I was excited, but it was very it was nervy, like.
Yeah.
And I could see my differences.
Mark's not played a bad shot there, but Ed's more than capable of taking this out.
I think it was the position he gave himself. That was a wee bit.
He got a bit unlucky. He didn't mean to hit the jaw.
Even here, I mean, Ed could take the.
I think you've got to tap
if he takes
this one. I'd be
ball,
tapping this one in the middle.
See, I think he'll go back up the table. I
tell you what, that's a very good shot.
He's
very good shot.
I thought he was trying to get the white back up the table for the other ones, but
no, that's an excellent shot.
If he can get this
That's not how I
yellow
see it,
here,
but that's an
he's got the
excellent
angle to come round, and I think the one in the top left afterwards. So it's
it's natural.
Beautiful, lovely cueing.
That's the thing with Eddie. See shots sometimes that not everybody sees.
No, we were having a little chat there. Like he's a very solid player.
He's a good lad, Ed.
And
Great
if we're
finish.
guessing here, he'll pot this,
And
and
he
then Mark will break dish in the next for 5-5.
He made that look very easy.
That was
This is a
very
big frame.
good.
This next one. If Ed can get to 6-4, it's a long way back for Mark.
No, for sure, for sure. Is there any other good matchups appearing up at here?
Well, what we're planning doing on Friday, we'll try and go live on YouTube for new club members that are playing at the Keith Flyer. So it kind of helps to promote them a little bit. Plus, obviously, keep promoting our players as well. So
I think there's
obviously
four players. I think
me, you, Regan,
5
and
then,
Tony as well.
and Gordon Duncan, my nemesis.
Yeah, well,
I think
Gordon,
he's through as well.
Gordon's applied to be a member this year, so we'll try and get a few of us on stream.
I think do we have
where we can, but obviously it'll just be it'll be via mobile. So
do we have the is there not a break dish competition as well?
Yeah, we've got a
break.
break dish competition this week, and yeah, that's actually a good shout. We'll have that on stream as well. We've got a break dish competition through to in Keith this week that we'll try and raise some money for the club. So it's basically £1 a ticket and 200 tickets to sell. The winner gets the chance to break and dish the table. If you break and dish the table, you take the full £200. If not, the minimum you can get is £75, even if you go in off on the break or miss your first ball. But it should be a good one. Hopefully, I'm hoping that one of the Keith lads wins it, to be quite honest, just to give them
it's really good
support. We get a really great support from Keith. I mean, we always try to go through and support them, but they've been absolutely fantastic, especially with these streams. The views last night when I played Mark was incredible.
Well, we even had some supporters of Mark coming through. There was,
we had
4 or 5 people here from him.
We had Robert Martin and Chris Mandola and Willie McIntosh all through supporting Mark last night. Unfortunately, Mark was doing his hair and couldn't meet them. He was a bit late, but so they had to go home. But yeah, they were through to see him anyway.
I think we have to be very careful for Friday, because I see Tony McColligan's playing Gordon Green in the first game as the owner of the GA. So hopefully Tony will take him apart and won't be invited back next time. But it's could be some very close ones in there. So it'll be some interesting matchups there. And Gary McLeod's running through as well. He's another new club member. So
it's a strong.
I think Mitchell McGrath. I think as well.
There's heaps of us.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a full.
There's heaps of us.
We'll always claim Robert McDonald as well, Mr. Dobby, the original Lambride man. So we'll always claim him. He's matching up against Regan in the first round, so that'll be really interesting. He is.
We'll have to get that on.
That'll be a really interesting first rounder. So I think there's some good matchups there. But,
Mark Bell's a member as well.
Yeah, I think we've got about 6 or 7, maybe I think 5 or 6 new club members heading through. So that'll be good. I think it's a 6 o'clock knockoff, but I think a few of us over there early for some other kind of inter-club action.
We've got other comps on as well. So
I think
Russell's playing.
I have an IM against Gordon.
Yeah, Russell's playing Gordon in one of the IMs. So we'll maybe try and get that streamed if we can.
I'll be happy if we get that one before I've had it. That's a good shot there by Mark. Very smart shot. Take that to 5, I think. Yeah.
I'm not sure what. But yeah, as we say, lots happening. So next week we've got myself on Tuesday. Myself and Regan are taking on Tony and Mark Leslie in a doubles money match. So
Fantastic.
That should be a quality.
Well, that's quite funny as well, because that was Tony that played Mark in our first Money's match ever streamed on here. So
no, that should be a quality affair.
And that is also two players that are playing themselves in the cup final on the finals day as well. So
and then
H&I and Ionic double against a Springer and a now new club player. So that'll be interesting.
I'm also playing Tony on Friday night.
Oh, nice.
So that should be I'm looking forward to that.
Tony's a very well seasoned competitive player.
When me and Tony play, it's one of that games that can go either way. It kind of.
It's not. It's break dish, break dish, break dish. It gets very easily called.
It depends who. You only have to be slightly off it, and the other guy runs away with it. You know, we both understand that, and we both respect each other's abilities. So it's. I'm actually really looking forward to it. That's what the streams are all about, though. It's not about guys taking on people that shouldn't be. It's about trying to get these equal games and keeping everybody entertained and also improving. You don't improve getting pumped, but you improve playing somebody that might beat you. If you know what I mean.
If we look at the Elgin Pool League, 10, 15 years ago, huge 4 divisions, a lot of players playing. Obviously, things happen, COVID, etc. hit. People stop playing a little bit more. It's good to get boys back in playing. I mean, it's a good place to play. Try to get up to the new club. It's a nice competitive place. There's a lot of friendly faces in. Get in, start playing some more matches. Get a bit more competitive games under you, and it's a good challenge. It's good to watch. Everybody enjoys it. Whether you play a long-winded, very tough match against anyone, it's worth it.
That's what we were saying earlier on. I mean, certainly the standard we've got up at this new club now is unbelievable, and I think it's helped by the quality of the facilities that we're providing. That people are excelling.
For sure.
It's not just they're not just playing anymore. They're actually getting better.
I think from Saturday, like for over 2.5 days, there was over 200 matches played on the two tables themselves. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. A Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday. I mean, that's really good to have that going here. It's a good chance for Ed here to clear up if you can get play this plant here.
I quite fancy Ed from here.
Just put the plant and then take the one at the top.
That yellow on the back cushion is going to give him a little bit of confidence that Mark isn't necessarily going to clear up if he misses either. So he's got a bit of leeway here, but it's basically roll-ins. I think I'd be roll that in the middle, roll the other one in the middle.
Yeah, definitely. And it's sweeties for there. That black looks like it should go easily down to the bottom left as well. Bottom right.
Definitely goes, yeah. I say this is a huge frame. To go 6'4" up.
That's huge. I mean, it's been very, very close the whole way, and then just to get that little leap 2 frames ahead, it makes a difference.
It's a big stretch for Mark to rattle off 3 frames on the bounce.
Just a little look in the stump back here.
Especially like somebody like Ed. He's not played great tonight, but he's so. You've got to beat him if you know what I mean. He's not played brilliant. He doesn't lay down but he doesn't lay down. He's always difficult player to beat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just taking a moment there. I think he. Just takes his time.
There'll be no rushing
across here.
There'll be no rushing from Ed. He'll just.
I think
he knows where he wants the white, and he'll.
Had a good conversation after with
I don't think that's a huge issue, but I think Mark will try and play the hook. This is delicate, but I think he'll try and play the hook on the one on the top cushion. It's a delicate shot.
It's either that. Yeah, I think the cut back into the middle and then kind of hook off the black yellows are a little bit tough.
You don't want to be going for this.
No, I think he's going to go for it though. No, he's going to.
With that, he might play this and follow through.
Yeah, I think that's his play, I think. Oh, okay.
He might have the angle here. I think he's just got the angle. I don't think I'd have went for that.
I'm not sure how far this yellow is off the top cushion as well.
It looks tight, but
with him knuckling that red, it makes it very difficult. You'd probably be better off potting that red now, to be honest. Might have been better potting it.
It's going to be a difficult black either way. Yeah, I actually agree with that because Ed can get onto the black quite easily if Mark misses this, whereas Mark could leave him a difficult black if he...
That's a beautiful pot.
Shot. He's played well there. Right, come on, Mark. Take your time.
Right,
Gather your senses.
It's going to be 5-all. That's a lovely pot.
Good finish. I actually
This
didn't
is
think
what the
that.
wire like.
I actually didn't think that was on there.
I think it's always important if anyone wants to share the stream with other people, kind of get it running through up to the other divisions, get it in. If anyone fancies from any of the other leagues, the Keith or the Forest or the Nairn leagues, get in for get some matches planned. Some nice competitive games down here. As Graham was saying, some good quality here. So come down and challenge it. Who do you want to see playing? Who do you want to play? That'll be good to see. Must always commit as well. It's only £3.70 for a pint of Tennent's in here. Absolutely fantastic pint and a fantastic price. One of the cheapest places in Elgin. And if someone's here and I'm up here with them, I'm sure I'll fork my hand out for a couple of pints as well and keep it enjoyable. Nice to see Callum still watching there. Looking forward to seeing you and Connor making it through to finals day, Callum. That's all I want to see, man. Great potential there for a good team up that. You're potting and playing with Callum regularly, man. And Connor regularly. I expect you boys to get through to the finals. That's what I want to see.
Oh, sorry for leaving Russell alone on the commentary there.
I was just thinking about drinking the price. Callum was pretty happy with that though. That's fine. It's one of the boys we want to see on finals day. No, you did play well, Callum. You played really well from what I hear. So you keep it up and you'll be through to finals day. And get yourself a wee trophy. And then is it what happens if you win doubles on finals day? Is it not? Was there not a sponsored
60 pints for the doubles winners?
Oh, Callum, surely you're going to go halfers with me. You can't drink that amount. I'll look after you. That'd be fantastic. That's an absolutely fantastic. Connor can't make finals day as well. Wow.
Oh, that's an easy win for me and Sean then.
Well, that's yeah. If it's for 30 pints each, surely Connor can make finals day for that. I mean, if not, he's got
a stag do.
Wow, they can come up here. That will keep you going. I think finals day in here. What was the date for finals day again?
The 12th.
12th of April. Unless your brother's scared, he will let you play. Well, I think Graham gets a little bit nervous. I know he's bottled playing Regan a few times as well, so
I mean, I have bottled playing Regan.
Well, it's just the word on the street, but
I wouldn't imagine
that's the way it runs. So Tony had to beg you to play him, so that's the way it goes.
Jenk, Regan would have a chance after last night.
If Regan's on form,
me and Regan would be quite a good game.
If Regan's really, really on form, and you play like you did against Taylor, he might get a frame. Maybe. Yeah.
Shout out to Taylor. He was absolutely awesome last night.
But it wasn't even the awesomeness. It was the
durability he just kept going.
You were playing immense, and it just didn't bother him.
No, he kept
did
going.
Not care, and it was a really.
He just went from the one frame to the next frame to the next frame. It didn't matter to him.
It's a good matchup against boys from different regions, and that's what we want to do here. It's really important. You went 3-0 up against him the other day. It was 3-3. That must have been against Regan. Then it wouldn't have been Graham. So there's no way he would have conceded 3 frames to you, Callum. There's only one Scales that's going to concede frames against you, and it's probably me, mate. But,
I did.
Callum's a great potter.
I had to let him win a few frames just so he would get some of that lockers built.
To be fair,
and then I took him back down
to
to
be fair, I don't know if anybody looks at any of the posts on the new club Facebook page, but they've started putting in some lockers in here, and they're looking quite fantastic. I already.
I don't know if that actually went, Mark.
I
fancy it to finish this.
Happy to take my take one of those lockers for sure. Like, they're looking really nice. But no, that was a pretty.
I don't even know if that went there for Mark, and he's put that red safe.
I was about to say he's just put it on the cushion.
I think that's a big mistake. I actually fancy Ed to finish these.
Nice shot.
That's exactly the shot I'd have played. Get rid of that 2 up the top. Work your way down.
That's a nice shot as well. He's let it come off the cushion enough. He's got another shot on it. Take a pause and a chalk.
I think I would have been rolling that in a little bit. He hit that quite hard there. Right, what have we got here? Oh, he's put the yellow safe. He didn't want to do that. Maybe I have to see if we can find an angle to take that yellow out, or I don't know what he thinks. I think it doubles. It's difficult to see without red, but I think it doubles. Ed's rapid here. He's going for it. It's actually not that difficult a double if you can roll this in. Yeah, it definitely goes. Just be careful. Make sure you're on the. Make sure the pot. You'll have a shot at the black somewhere. Yeah, that might be a little bit of an advantage for you there, Callum, being up at Fogies next tomorrow after being there last week as well. At least you know the run of the tables. A lot of the guys maybe won't. Ed! That was for the crowd. That was for the fans there. Just rattle that black and let it drop at the last second. Good finish though. I fully expected him to get it as soon as Mark missed that.
I was just telling Mark just to take the 6th frame, and then we just make it a 7-6, like we all knew it was going to be.
That was a good finish.
I just missed that there.
That was a good finish from Ed there. Like I say, I fully expected him to get it, but
yeah, it is 6-5. Yeah, we've not been updating so much. We're busy newsing, but get the stream up there for that's what you should definitely do. Anytime there's streams playing on, feel free to put it up in your bar. That's the best way to run it. Be good to see.
Just put it on your even if somebody can stream it on their phone, Callum, we'll share it up at the new club. You know, you're both new club members, and we're happy to support if you manage to get it up there.
I think as well, if anyone's part of the Facebook group as well, if you share and tag a few guys on one of the posts, I think there's a free membership coming up for this year. Renewals will be coming up shortly, so get yourself a free membership. It looks like it'll be about 60 quid's worth of free membership, which isn't something to spit at.
When you're when you're only paying 50p for a game of pool
and $3.70 a pint, which we discussed, and they are very, very good pints.
That's you soon make that
massively.
money up. You think how quickly
we're
making that money up in the frames that we're playing every week.
But it is though. If you can get the stream up from down here up at Fogies, that'd be fantastic. I mean, it's really good to see. I know last week when there was matches up here, I think
you want to share the whole Elgin
pool. I think there was 2 or 3 bars were sharing the games.
We've obviously invested a lot of money here to highlight new club pool, but if other bars are willing to do it, or even like you say, you can stream off your phone. We'll share it if that's what you want to do. But it's about growing Elgin pool and getting everybody involved, and we've kind of skipped a generation at the moment. We don't seem to have the young blood coming through. So it's,
But would you
it's
still
only
class
these things that...
would you class Regan Campbell as young blood now, or is he?
Well, he is. He is at the age of, what, 27 or 28.
He just looks like a 30-year-old.
I was playing when I was 14 in the first division.
I remember that up in the.
You just don't. It just doesn't happen anymore. You don't get the same opportunity because you don't get into the pub like you used to.
I think for sure. Remember back in the day. I remember you playing back in the day as a youth up at the. Is Regan 25? Is that age or weight column? I mean that's a tough one to call.
There's not a chance.
That's a good
Regan's
shot there,
25.
Mark. That's a good shot there. If he's got that one up the top and he's got an angle to get back down the table, I think he has. Are you 26, Colin? Jesus, that must have been a hard paper round. Now we can take the piss out of Colin, but he does some fantastic work for the club as well. From all the joinery work and all the general lifting and good graft he puts in. He's a good lad.
He's got a hell of a good apprentice at the moment, though.
Is it you,
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. You're talking to me. It's not Baldy. I'm going for the Zidane look.
I believe we've also got Forrest's #1 player watching us on stream tonight.
Would that be it? Oh, what's his name? That's that Matty lad, isn't it?
Matty Kennedy.
That's the boy,
Forrest's
yeah.
#1.
I've seen him on stream before playing. He's
Forrest's #1. Nairn's number 35, I think. And I think he's Elgin's number.
Is he even double
I
figures?
don't actually think he's registered in Elgin yet.
That's
I think
a great pot there.
Deshaun beat him the last time they played.
Yeah, I think it was Deshaun, Hoppy, then Matty. I think it was. Yeah.
He's up there somewhere.
Yeah, no, he's a very competent player. Looks great in a well supported top as well. So a newcomer to Elgin. Like to see him up at the new club more. He's a great challenging player. So
he's a great lad now.
Yeah. Well, compared to Regan, yeah. Oh, Callum's looking forward to taking his lunch money off of him. Well. That's a big lunch, Callum.
I think Callum had Mark Kidd and Matty's lunch off them on Sunday, I believe.
Did he? Oh hell, very interesting. I was still looking for there's a player from Keith that is my bogeyman, and I think occasionally he takes me and disabuses me. So I think that's the man, Mr. Green. I think one game we'll have to have play for more than a couple of pints against him. I think I can take him with him when it counts, but I don't know. You don't want to call out people like Neil. He's old. That's a great pot there, Mark.
He's old.
I don't know if he can make it to 16 frames. That's the problem. Yeah, but never mind. He's a lovely lad, but I'll maybe see him on Friday if he's up in Keith, looking after his brother.
I think he's away. Cousin. I think he's away.
Is he away?
This week.
Well, that's just.
I'll tell you what. If Mark, this is does he just roll us in?
I would say you'd roll that.
If he misses this, it's game over.
That's a great shot.
He's got it. Oh no, he doesn't. Oh, he does not. Oh,
that is very open. There's not one ball safe here. The cushion balls are all off. I think what might save him
is that he's left him quite straight on this yellow. Has he? No, he looks like he's falling through.
He's got the.
That wasn't a great shot.
Yeah, but he could pop this one up the top, just stun back a little bit.
Oh, wow.
He's got a big pocket up the top.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that wasn't an easy red for Mark there, but I fancied him for it.
I fancy it.
It looked comfortable, you know.
I fancy it.
It wasn't I don't think it was pressure that he missed. It was just a difficult shot. Oh, Neil says he won't play you. Shot. Neil says he won't play you because you're a cheat, Russell.
Well, it's not what I remember from the frames I've had against Neil, but never mind. Last time he played me, he coaxed me with a few beers down in the Wetherspoons before we played. That's a great shot there. Beautiful cue-in. Played a nice 50-50 there. I had it safe.
I did say I fancied Ed to finish this.
He's gonna pop through this now. Nice angle, straight in, run down for the black.
You've got to take your chance. Mark had his chance. Don't snooker yourself here.
That should be lovely. That's a great shot. Straight. Oh,
Slightly
awkward queue in, but
he won't miss that. Well, there we go, guys. That's Ed into the semi-final of the Lake Trophy.
Do we know who he's playing?
He's playing Richard Green from Bucky in the next round.
That'll be a nice matchup.
No, well done, Ed. I thought that match was going to go all the way there. We said right from the start it was going to be a close one, but
it should have been a 7-6, but
well done to both of you, and fair play. Hopefully, we might see Ed in the next round as well.
All right.
Okay, that's us for tonight. See you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
He wants to play me.